Yesterday we installed this container smtp.user1.fs.al, which is actually a container based on postfix, and we are going to use it for sending notification emails. And the first step was to set up some DNS records. So we defined these two MX records, which are for the mail server. And we defined a record for this smtp.user1.fs.al, and also later we defined this text record and also this one. So let us check whether these DNS records are already enabled, because they need some time to be activated or to be propagated. This is okay. These two records are okay as well. This record is okay as well. Now let us check the DKIM record. This one seems to be okay as well. So this command, this is a long command. It can be actually copied from here. And we also need so we added this this record for making our emails trustworthy. So the mails that are sent from our mail server can be trusted by other mail servers, because we will sign them with the private key and they can verify that they are signed by our server with the public key, because we are publishing the public key on the DNS record. So a mail server that is receiving an email from our SMTP server, from our mail server, can check the signature and can verify the signature and can be sure that this email is coming from our mail server. It is not a faked mail pretending to come from our mail server, but it is sent by some other mail server. So this is an important configuration or setting for making our emails trustworthy. Otherwise, they can be classified as spam. For example, if we send a mail to a Gmail account and it is not signed with this key, it may most probably it will be classified as spam. And another record that can make a little bit more trustworthy the mails that are sent by our mail server is to add a DMARC record. And we can get one record here, your email address. This can be the email address of the domain manager. So oops, I'm not writing. Okay. Your domain user1.fs.al, get started for free. And so it is instructing me to add this text record to my domain's DNS. So this is the key. This is the key, and this is the value of the record. So let me go to my NSD. And here I can add another record, another text record. Copy, paste. It should be a text record. And the value is this one here. Oops. Okay. So I can break this one too. Like this. Save. But also let me not forget to change to update the serial number. Anytime that we make any modifications to the DNS records, we should also increment or increase the serial number. Save.
But this is just for us, like, to be sure that we have modified in that date the DNS. No. It's like for us,
no,
or is required.
It is required because the secondary name server, if it receives the list of records and the serial is the same as before, it will it will think that there is no change. So it is required. The changes do not propagate on the DNS network unless we increase the serial number. If the serial number is the same as before, then the other servers will think that there is no change, and they will not consider the changes that we make. It is required.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
And now let me notify the secondary mail servers that there are some changes. So update the record list. And I can stop it with Control-C. And another way to notify is with restart. So if I restart this container, it will also notify the mail servers, look for modifications. Maybe there are some modifications. And to check that these modifications are enabled, we can use dig. And let me get this. They are not enabled yet, but it will take some time and they will be enabled. And to make sure that the configuration, because I can make some mistake in the format of the DB file. So to make sure that I did not make any mistake here and break the formatting of that file, I can use this command, check zones. and it is showing that this zone is okay, which means that there are no typing mistakes or something like this. Now we will start to test the mail server. First of all, I will get inside the container with ds shell, and I'm going to use the tool Swax. Swax is a tool that can be used to test mail servers. It is built for this purpose, for testing mail servers. So Swax I'm sending a test email from this address to this address. And it shows also the protocol, the protocol interaction. For example, this is a message that we are sending. The Swax is sending to the SMTP server, and this is the reply for the SMTP server. And then it is sending recipient is this address, and then the mail server says okay, and so on. And according to Swax, everything is okay. Everything went well. Let me also check the logs. And in the logs, I see these messages connect, and then some other messages here. And then from info, it is forwarding it to dashoja@gmail.com. Why? Because this is the email address that this is the forward address on settings, and this forward address is used on the configuration files. So in this configuration file, it says every email address that starts with info, forward the emails to this address. And so it is trying to forward the email to this email address. So it is sending it to this address, status sent, and then it is removing it from the queue. Now let me check whether I have received anything on my email address. And actually I think it went to spam because I did not receive a notification. So let me look at the spam. and it is this message, I think, from no reply at user1.fs.al to info at user1.fs.al. And if I look at here, at the end of this list there is this show original. So SPF is pass, DKIM is pass, DMARC is pass. These three fields are usually used for they have a these are important for classifying emails as not spam, and all three of them are pass. But anyway, it is classifying it somehow as a spam. Maybe looking at the content does not seem like a real email address. Anyway, let's continue with the next test. So this one worked. Now I will try to send from info to no reply. And now we see that it fails, and it says recipient address rejected, user unknown in virtual alias table. So it does not know what to do with an email that is sent to the address no reply, because for the address info we had specified that the emails that come to the address info should be forwarded to this email address. But for the no reply address, there is no information. It does not know what to do with an email that is coming for this email address for no reply, and so it is refusing. So let me check also the logs. It is refusing this message. So the command swax is trying to contact the SMTP server in order to send an email address from info to no reply, and the SMTP server is refusing this message because it does not recognize the email address no reply. It does not know what to do with that email address, with a message that is coming for that email address. So let me check the logs as well. I think these are the logs for the second test. Connect from this, allow listed. It is accepting the messages from this IP address because it is in the list of allowed IPs. But then it is rejecting it because the destination email is not known. Okay, this is okay, because the second test should fail. The first test should succeed, but the second one should fail. So far, so good. Let's try to send directly from...
Hey, I wrote in chat.
Okay, Tony. Sorry. Message rejected probably leads up after 4 days to undeliverable. No, Tony. This is in this case the SMTP server is rejecting the message because it does not know the destination email, because the destination address is no reply at user1.fs.al. User1.fs.al is a local domain for this SMTP server. Local domain means that this SMTP server is managing the emails for this domain. And actually, it does not. There is no email account named no reply. So this mail server does not know where to send this message. So it is just rejecting it. So a recipient address rejected. It is rejecting the recipient address. Is it okay?
But I wonder whether the mail is directed, has been sent from a real user, just right?
Right.
So I wonder whether the server tries for 4 days to resend the message until it gives up and advises the sender that the message could not be delivered.
This is another case, Tony. This is in case, for example, if I send to, for example, user 2. This user 2 is not a local domain. And then this SMTP server should relay this email address to another SMTP server. And it will try to contact the SMTP server for this address. And if it fails, then it will store the message. It does not, if it cannot contact the destination SMTP server, it will store the message and will try again later. And then we'll try again, and then we'll try again up to a certain limit. And in this case, if the expiration time is passed, then it will send back a message to the sender that could not deliver this message. But this is a different case. In this case, we are trying to send a message to this domain, which is a local domain for this SMTP server. So I think maybe you are, or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not understanding your question. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay then. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Now. I will try to send a message to a real email address from info, for example, to a Gmail account. And press enter. It seems that it worked. At least we don't see any email message, any error message right away. Let's look also at the logs. And I think these are the logs for the last test. It is allowing this message because the IP address is in the list of allowed IP addresses. Oh no. This is the second test. The third test, the last test, there are no logs here. Why? Why there are no logs here? Because if Swax is trying to send a message to this address, then it is contacting the SMTP server of gmail.com. It is not contacting our own SMTP server. It is contacting the SMTP server of gmail.com. So there are no logs in our SMTP server for the third test. So it is important to understand this as well, how it works. And let me check whether I've received. Yes, I've just received an email from info@user1.fs.al, but it is not a safe email, and it is on spam. And let me check also original message. SPF is okay, DMARC is okay, but there is no DKIM. So this mail is not signed. Why it is not signed? Because it is sent directly from SWAX. It is not sent from our SMTP server, and that's why it is not signed. And if I try to send another test email, but from no reply, I think the same will happen. There is another test message here, no reply. Now I will try the same or a similar test. So I will try to send from info to dashaloj@gmail.com, but I am telling SWAX, contact this SMTP server and try to send this message from this address to this address. Now it will try to send this message through our SMTP server. And if we look at the logs, now we see that there are some lines on the log because this message is being sent through our SMTP server. And this time it should be signed, I think. So it is signed with the key. And all of these messages, all these test messages are classified as spam by Gmail. Why? Not because they are not signed, not because the SFP field is missing, not because the DMARC is missing, but this message is similar to messages that were identified as spam in the past. So the Gmail is classifying it as spam based on the content. For example, this is a test mailing. This looks like a spam to Gmail. So if we send a real email address, a real email with a real content, most probably it will not be classified as spam, and we will check it later. But right now they are classified as spam, and that is okay. No problem. So we send a mail from info. We should also be able to send an email from no reply, because this is how notifications are usually sent from mail applications. They send an email from a no reply address. This is a notification. So this should work as well.
Another question.
Yes, Sonny. Yes.
Could you try to send message to my mailbox?
Yes.
Anton Kocela mailbox.
Yes, of course. Yes. Let me try to send mailbox.org. Now you can look at your mailbox and confirm whether you received the mail or not.
Okay, that'll take a while.
Maybe just a few seconds, not too much.
Yes, my laptop is a bit slow.
Okay. Okay, let's continue. So we made this test from inside the container. Now let's try to send some. So far it seems that our mail server is working well. Now I will exit the container and we'll send some test messages from the host, from outside the container. And for this, we need this tool Swax again. We are going to use this one. So let me install it on the VPS. So
Marta? Hello? Hello, Marta?
So we are going to use Swax again. And in Debian 12, I think we needed to install a couple of other packages. Let me see whether they are installed. Maybe they are needed on Debian 13 as well. So I think these two are needed in a couple of tests. So let's install these two packages as well. They are needed by Swax, because Swax is a Perl tool. It is based on Perl. So it is needing these Perl modules or packages, something. So let me try this message, this test. So again, I'm trying to send a message from info to admin through this SMTP server. But this time, this is outside. It is outside the container from the host. And somehow it is failing. We have this failure message. Let's also look at the logs, SMTP postfix logs inside the container. and it again says service unavailable, client blocked, and so on. I think this is the IP of my VPS. So the IP of my VPS is somehow not allowed to send email messages from this SMTP server. Yes, it is the IP of my VPS. And let me check the configuration files. And this trusted host. And I should add the IP here. So I'm telling postfix that this is a trusted IP. So any email that is coming from this IP, accept it. And accept this mail and forward the message or send the message. And after modifying this configuration file, I also should update the configuration files. And now I see in the trusted hosts there is also the IP of my VPS. And let me try again the same test, sending the same message. And this time it seems to work. And the logs, let me look at the logs as well. And it is relying the message to Dasha Hoja because the emails sent to admin are forwarded to my real email address. So if I check here now, this is the last test, I think, from info to admin. And all the emails that are sent to admin are forwarded to my real email address. So this test worked. And we can make a similar test, but instead of sending to admin, I can send directly to my to an external email address. This one seems to work as well. From info to dashahoja@gmail.com.
Yes. I can tell you your message arrives in my mailbox regularly, not in spam.
Okay, this depends how mailbox.org classifies emails as spam. And I think Gmail is classifying it as spam based on the content. It looks like a suspicion content. All the other parameters should be okay, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Now, let's say that I want to use an email address like, for example, xyz at how can I add this or how can I enable this address? Right now, if I try to send something to this address, it will fail because the mail server does not recognize this account, this email address, does not know what to do with the messages sent to this address. And we can try it again. So it fails for the same reason as before. Recipient address rejected, user unknown. So user XYZ is not known on this domain, user1.fs.al. So what can we do in this case? I can add a virtual alias map. This can be any email address, but I'm using my own email address here. And let me save and update the configurations again. And now let me try the same test again, sending to XYZ. And this time it seems to work. And looking at the log files, we see from info, it is forwarding it to -hoja. And let me check my email address, and originally too. So it was the original address was XYZ, but then it was forwarded to -hoja. So this is the test that we sent. Now, by default, Swax is using the port 25 on the SMTP server. So far we have tested the port 25, but if we look at settings, we can also use this port 587 and 465. So these are SMTP ports too. So let's test these ports as well. Port 587. From info to admin. And this seems to work as well. So the port 587 is okay. Now let's test the other port as well. So Swax is using this SMTP server and it is connecting it on this port. This worked too. Okay. Now, all the testing that we have done so far is from inside our VPS. If we try to send a message from another server, for example, from my laptop, for example, I need to install Swax again. This time I will try to send an email from outside the VPS, outside the server. And it is failing. But this failure is a success. So this test should fail. Why it should fail? Because nothing else should be able to send emails except the applications installed on our VPS. So if something else outside the VPS is trying to send an email from our SMTP server, it should fail. So this is a way to make sure that no spammers are abusing this SMTP server. It is used just to send the notification emails from our applications and nothing else. But if we want to enable this, so if we want to enable sending, for example, from my laptop, then I should add the public IP of my laptop to the trusted hosts. But I don't have to do it. I don't see why I should do it right now. So there is no reason to do it. So this test should fail. Trying to send a message from outside VPS should fail, and this is okay. Now, we also want to make sure that our SMTP server is configured properly and the mails that it is sending are not being classified as spam. And there is one website that helps us to check the configuration of the SMTP server. And it is this mail tester, mailtester.com. And it is instructing us to send an email to this address. So let me send an email to this address. it is sent, and then check your score. Not bad. Score 5.2 out of 10. Why? Your message could be improved. Okay, this is not something important. So there are some I don't know, some small issues, but overall it says not bad. So some inboxes might still refuse you. It is not perfect, but still it is not too bad. And what else we can do? And there are other services that can check the email setup, the DNS setup, etc. For example, let me try this one. Domain name. So maybe the DMARC record is not enabled yet. Anyway, this is for today.